of what happened in the United States in 1933, I believe it was, that the American government prohibited the use of gold as money. They demonetized gold. It's no longer legal tender. They went one step further and they prohibited residents and citizens of keeping gold. You can keep jewelry, but you cannot keep gold coins and gold bullion. And they gave you a certain amount of time to get rid of it. Sell it to the government. And if you are caught with gold coins or gold bullion after that cutoff date, you'll be fined $10,000 and spend 6 months in jail. So the American people rushed to sell their gold to Uncle Sam at $20 an ounce. Uncle Sam printed the paper and gave them $20 US greenbacks for every ounce of gold. And they trusted Uncle Sam because Uncle Sam was clever. He wrote on the dollar bill, "In God we trust." In God we trust, yeah. Uncle Sam was really clever. After all the American people had sold their gold to Uncle Sam, the US government and the Federal Reserve really, then in January 1934 perhaps, the Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, decided that the US dollar will change in value, go down in value, like the ringgit. And so now, today it's called devaluation. 1 ounce of gold, you'll have to buy it with 35 US dollars, not 20 anymore. And then Uncle Sam, the US government, withdrew the prohibition of the use of gold as money and withdrew the prohibition of people keeping their gold. And whispered, "You better come and buy back your gold quickly before I change the price again." So the American people rushed to buy back their gold at $35 an ounce of gold. At the end of the day, after they had bought back their gold, Uncle Sam was left with 41% of the gold in his pocket. By this simple mechanism of changing the value of the money. He had ripped off the people of 41% of their wealth. That actually, in my opinion, that was the trial run. And then after that, they proceeded to attack and to reduce the value of every currency. And then finally, even the US dollar itself. So that the American people will now lose their wealth again. The US dollar was $20 for 1 ounce of gold at that time. Guess where it is today? Look at that. It looks as though the US dollar is crumbling. Last thing I heard about it is what is it? In the ICU, the intensive care unit of the hospital. It's collapsing. And as the value of the money falls, there's a massive transfer of wealth from the unsuspecting innocent masses to a global predatory elite.